What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 21. We start today's episode off with another loan offer for Nico Williams. Just haven't got the realistic offers for Williams yet. Frankfurt want to take him to Germany, but of course we turn it down. I want to keep him in the Premier League, and I feel confident at some point, eventually, we'll get the right loan offer. So far, the Premier League offers have been from Leicester, our rivals, nope, and Arsenal, which, to be fair, it kind of makes sense. I mean, a couple of years ago, Arsenal took Matt Ryan from Brighton on loan, of course, and as we know, the Gunners have had a bit of a problem at right back. Now, Ben White has stepped in and done a tremendous job at right back this year for Arsenal. No one can deny it. I mean, Ben White is looking like the real deal for the Gunners, and I'm pleased to see it as well, because I remember watching him at Leeds on loan, and I thought, this kid's got the potential, man. He's such a good young talent. Obviously, then came to Brighton, then came back to Brighton, did well, got his big 50 million move to Arsenal, massive price tag, but definitely at the moment he's looking like he'll be worth it for now and the future. He's had a great start to the campaign playing at right back, but I guess Arsenal wasn't too unrealistic when you think about the depth there, but I still decided against it to keep him here. I'm confident eventually we'll get the right loan offer for him, but we're still waiting for that moment for now. Anyway, first game of today's episode on the back of the 4-2 loss to Manchester City here at this very ground. 4 wins in 16 in the Premier League for Forest. A really, really tough run of form after what was an amazing start to the campaign with 6 wins in 6. Taking on Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, heading into this game. Oh man, what a thrilling start and a frenetic start as well. That was an end-to-end sequence there that was incredible. How the ball stayed out, I've got no idea. On both ends, how it was still 1-0 at the break, I don't know, after Jesse Lingard gave us the lead. But it was still only 1. God knows how though. It was such an open end-to-end game. With 12 minutes to go, Taiwo should have made it 2-0. We still led by 1-0, looking for the dagger from the corner. Fred whips it in, headed away. Johnson goes up for an aerial duel, comes off second best, and big concern as Johnson hits the deck and stays down. Our talisman, our player of the season, stays on the turf, but the chance remains alive because we play on because Liverpool did. And after a great ball through by Jesse, he just missed a golden chance, but he doesn't miss twice. Came out of the Liverpool Academy, but that was a long time ago. He's not a red at Liverpool anymore, he's a red in Nottingham. Taiwo missed a golden chance a minute ago, but doesn't miss twice. Final score, Forest 2, Liverpool 0, and my God, did I need that. No clean sheets in our last 4 in the Premier League. Again, just 4 wins in 16 in the league and 3 straight losses. We bounced back in the best possible way. Yeah, huge win there against Liverpool, 2-0, and Lord knows we needed it. But the question was, how bad would that injury be for our player of the season, Brennan Johnson? Damn. 3 months. Broken toe, 3 months. EA do need to vary the injuries up. How many broken toes have we had since the start of the save? What, my player's got boots made of lead or something. I mean, honestly, but Brennan, 3-month injury, broken toe, done until mid-April, you would suggest. 9 goals and 7 assists this season. He has been my complete forward. And whilst in that game there against Liverpool, you would have noticed that I changed formation to a 4-2-3-1, and he played slightly behind as the attacking mid in that game. And you'll see in today's episode, I experiment with the formations after what's been a tough run of form to try something different out. Yeah, Brennan is our best player. He has been the player of the season and now done until mid-April. Typical, isn't it? We stopped the rot. We stopped the loss streak after 3. We get our first clean sheet in the Premier League in our 4th attempt. And now Brennan Johnson, our talisman, done until mid-April. Thank you very much. So, following game, Leicester City at the King Power. We're 25 minutes in. Oh! Man, that was close. Now, some of you guys asked me, do you still try those halfway line goals? Because, obviously I haven't tried it, or so you would have seen in the videos in FIFA 23 thus far. Well, yes, the answer is yes. Yes, I do still try those halfway line attempts, but I've not even come close in FIFA 23. In FIFA 22, I hit the bar once or twice, came pretty close, but in FIFA 23, I've not even come close. But I tell you what, I was sitting there in the Leicester goal, was very, very confident that ball was going over, but for half a second I thought that was going to drop in from Scott McKenna. Sadly, it did not. Still waiting for that first halfway line goal since FIFA 14. Will this be the year? I guess we'll see. But Leicester City, FA Cup, 4th round, where I mean, we just stopped the rot with a 2-0 win against Liverpool, but unfortunately in the following game, I always say every time we face Leicester in the East Midlands derby, it's a cracker. This game, no exception. Leicester were looking the better team and scored their first right before the break as well, but... oh, man. What on earth happened there? Hamza Chowdhury's shot, well saved by Sirigu, and then with the rebound, tried to give it back to Nico Williams, went through the Italian's legs and into the bottom corner. You've seen since the start of this year's FIFA, I've had quite a bit of problems, quite a few problems I should say, trying to pass out from the back and pass it back to the goalkeeper as well. Quite like that. I quite like that. I really, really do. What was a 3-0 loss? Leicester got the late one through Jamie Vardy that totally wrapped the game up, though, to be honest, the game was done at that point anyway. Brendan Rodgers, as we know, under pressure. Another defeat on the weekend. How long does he have as Leicester City manager winning a save? Jamie Vardy's behind him, and the teammates appear to be as well. They're through to the last 16 in the FA Cup for the second straight year. Our progress ends at the 4th round, courtesy of a 3-0 loss away from home. Yep, deja vu. But you would have seen this season, and last season as well, I'm having a bit of a problem playing out from the back, especially when there's a high press on me. And I really like that. I've mentioned it before. It's more realistic, especially when you're away from home against a team that's considered to be better. You've seen it happen to me at Anfield, at the Etihad Stadium. You know, I quite like that, I must admit. It was a bit of an unforced error, don't get me wrong, but I do quite like how now it's not like as easy as it should be to pass the ball out from the back with no problems whatsoever. There is pressure, and if you do make a mistake, 9 times out of 10 it'll end up in the back of your own net. That goal was ridiculous, don't get me wrong, but even so, what happened there? Sirigu, seriously? I mean, he actually done a good game, ironically, despite conceding 3. But he just watched the ball go through his legs and into the bottom corner. So, 3-0 loss away at Leicester. So that short-lived victory against Liverpool did not give us much of a high for very long. Following game, Roberto De Zerbi's Brighton and Hove Albion, and I needed to respond on the back of that drubbing against Leicester. And sometimes you just need a bit of luck. You know, I didn't get it in that game against Leicester. I didn't get it in the game against Man City when 2 of the 4 goals we conceded were rebound goals. What's that old saying? Luck will balance itself out. Yeah, Brighton, 3rd game of today's episode. And Marshall Monetti gets his first goal for the club. And yeah, this was a game where I thought the FIFA gods are smiling. The FIFA gods are smiling on me, and they're repaying the karma. Yep, we conceded 2 rebound goals against Man City. Our first 2 against Brighton are rebound goals. And funny enough, they were the same 2 players involved. First, Marshall capitalising on a Taiwo effort that was saved, and then the other way around. So Marshall's first goal for the club. Taiwo makes it 2, and then 34 minutes in, great little ball through by Fred, hit to find Jesse Lingard, and 34 minutes in, and we're 3-0 up against Brighton. I was thinking, why haven't I been playing this way since the start of the season? Why has it taken me this long? And I think the answer is very simple. I didn't change my formation. I had to change something. We had 4 wins in 16 and I was persisting with the 5-3-2. The fans were singing, "You don't know what you're doing. Dox is tactically clueless and inept. Change the formation, Gaffer." Well, I've done so and it's paying off. We went back to the 4-2-3-1 for this game, after going with a 5-3-2 against Leicester, albeit with a holding mid as opposed to attacking mid. We went back to 4 at the back for this game against Brighton because it worked against Liverpool and it was working against De Zerbi's side as well. Taiwo bagged his brace in the second half to make it 4, and then soon after the restart we would make it 5, courtesy of a cracker. Morgan Gibbs-White this season has been really impressive. The former Wolves man makes it 5-0 Forest, and in our best win of the season and our biggest win of the season, well, proof was in the pudding. Change of formation was the right thing to do because we went 4-2-3-1 against Liverpool. First time playing a 4 at the back. We got a clean sheet and we got the win. Then I switched to a 5 at the back at Leicester and we lost 3-0. Then I switched back to the 4-2-3-1 against Brighton and we got a big win and we got a clean sheet. So yeah, no doubt about it now. 5-3-2. I'm not going to say we're going to abandon the system because I do like it. And I think we get the best out of our wing backs in that system too. But if it's not working, you got to change it, right? So that's exactly what we've done. It wasn't working, I've changed it. 4-2-3-1 formation change and results change as well. Back-to-back wins in the Premier League for God knows how long. So following the big win there, transfer deadline day would arrive, and I did decide to finally loan Nico Williams out, and I really like this as well. Liverpool Academy graduate, moving on, and then getting loaned out to Everton. Nico Williams or Connor Cody? Yeah, you would have seen it this season. Connor Cody, who came through the Liverpool Academy, has, of course, joined Everton on loan on a one-year deal from Wolves. Nico Williams has done the same here at the City ground, not getting the game time. Frank Lampard said, well, you know, one former Liverpool Academy grad, Connor Cody did well for us. Why don't we take Nico Williams this season? So yeah, Williams goes to Goodison Park for the rest of the campaign. The interesting thing is that Everton right now are one of our rivals for a European place. So have I shot myself in the foot there by strengthening Frank Lampard's defence in their pursuit of European football? Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Regardless, as deadline day would end, I bought no one in. You know, I said I really felt, despite the poor run of form, we would get it sorted at some point. You know, 4 wins in 16, abysmal run of form after a red-hot start to the season. I trust in my side to get it sorted, and it feels like we have. Yes, we had that drubbing away at the King Power in the FA Cup 4th round, but in the Premier League, back-to-back wins, back-to-back clean sheets, and yeah, I think we're going to be alright. Whether we can finish in a European place, though, now knowing that Johnson's done for most of the season, I'm not too sure. We do leapfrog the Toffees and go into 7th by a point, but with 4 points off Spurs in 4th, we've got the outside shot at the top 4, but really all I'm thinking about is 5th, 6th, 7th. That would do me more than fine. I said at the start of the season I was targeting breaking into the top 10. At the moment, that seems very, very likely. There's a big gap between the top half of the table and the bottom half of the table. But the real question is, how high can we finish? Can we qualify for Europe next season? Well, final game of today's episode, first one of February, and a massive one. Everton away at Goodison Park, who of course I could have joined at the start of the season when they offered me the manager job for some strange reason. But it turns out Frank Lampard was staying on at Everton, despite the fact they offered me the job, and taking them on away at Goodison Park, stuck with the 4-2-3-1. Can we make it 3 straight wins and 3 straight clean sheets for the first time since the start of the season? Well, we were tied at 0-0, hadn't really created anything on the offensive end, and late on in the game, this was so smart from Marcus Thuram here. He's going through one-on-one, Senesi's the covering defender. I go to ground, and this is really smart. He puts his back into Senesi there and tumbles over him. It's a really smart piece of play from Thuram there. He knows he could probably still keep going with the ball and dribble around Senesi, but instead goes down, gets the right penalty, it's the right call, takes it, scores it, and wins the game for Everton. Yep, Senesi sent off for a last-ditch tackle. Took one for the team, gave me a chance because I thought Thuram was going to go on and score anyway, but instead he took the penalty and he scored it as well. Everton win it late on. Our winning run ends after 2 games, 1-0 the final score. Defensively, I think we've definitely improved since switching to the 4 at the back, but in this game failed to create. And what did I say a moment ago? Have I shot myself in the foot, strengthening Everton's defence by giving them Nico Williams? Well, he was man of the match in that game, so quite possibly, because the Toffees leapfrog us. They go into 6th, and on the back of the loss there, 13 games to go, and we drop to 9th in the table. Only 1 point behind both Liverpool and Arsenal, and again, I think top 10 at the moment seems nailed on, but the question is, 13 games to go, can we get Europe? Without winning today's episode of Career Mode, guys, big thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you like, much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.